All right, all right, all right. What is up? Is anybody here? Let me know when y'all start popping in. Go into the chat. Let me know you're tapped in. Um, it tells me who views me or who's viewing me, but it's not telling me who you are. So do me a favor. Come get canceled with me. Come on, let's do it. Let's get canceled here together. I'm gonna straight up say it right now. The reason I'm on this live is because let's just say I can't stand the fact that they allowed the Olympic people allowed a um a trans woman to fight a real woman. I don't see how any of that is something that we can be proud of, So I'm here to say it. Yeah, y'all fucked up. Mm. So let's get canceled, y'all. Mm. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? And a trans boxer should not have been allowed to fight a real woman? 46 seconds. That fight lasted all 46 seconds, y'all. Does that not disgust you? Does that not show you that there is a difference between a real woman and a trans woman? Y'all want to keep playing these fucking games of is a real woman or just a woman um equal to a, a trans woman. There's a reason they're called trans woman because they're not a woman. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure that I'm just talking to myself here and probably will be for a while because it's not a very popular topic and not one that YouTube or Facebook are going to allow me to push on. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Y'all know where to find it. And this is Dilo from the On the Gun Line podcast, by the way. And I'm just doing a live. If you want to join me, let me know. And we can get on here together, man. We could talk it up. But yeah, am I wrong by saying that these trans women are not real women? There's a reason that we have a separation in sports by genders. All right. And that's the fact that biologically and physically we are different, y'all. How much longer are we gonna fucking keep playing these stupid games until there have been already females or real women that have been hurt by these trannies, and we still allow it to happen. Why is it that the Olympic Committee said it was okay for the shim to fight a woman, but they wouldn't let them compete in the what's it called in the swimming? Let me know. Hey, how you doing, Doc? Hey, just tapping in. Fuck no. This should not be allowed. I feel like I'm in an alternate reality. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Look, I'm all about live and let live. You know, whether somebody swings one way or the other, they're part of the alphabet crew. I'm cool with that. Handle your business. But when it comes to me, I have two daughters, all right? I have two daughters. And it pisses me off that, like, if they were to be in sports, be involved in sports, if they wanted to, that they can be work their asses off and then get to a specific, like, elite level and then be forced pretty much to compete against someone who identifies as a female and be taken down. Look what happened with Riley Gaines and that Leah Thompson, I think it was. Look what happened there. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong, and I don't like it. And then the Olympic Committee to go ahead and just allow this to happen. I'm happy that homegirl tapped out because God forbid she was getting hit pretty damn hard, but she didn't help her situation or her cause by saying who am I to judge or if they should be disqualified or not. I'll tell you who you are. You're a female, a woman who is in that sport actively. So of course you have a platform because it is your sport. And until we have more women step up and say we're not gonna stand for this shit, it's gonna keep happening, yo. At least that's my belief. Let me know, am I wrong? Mm. By the way, if y'all haven't tapped in with the Bluebell ice cream, this is the first time I've seen this one. It's the cookies and cream cheesecake. Outstanding, outstanding ice cream, y'all. So, what's on your mind, Doc K? Is that you still here? You said earlier over on the other podcast you wanted to jump on and discuss some foreign politics. Let's do it. I'll tell you, I am not a well versed or well educated person when it comes to that stuff, but hey, I am down like Charlie Brown to give you what's on my mind. I'll let you know what I agree with and disagree with and stuff like that. I just don't come here, how can I put this? I'm just a regular Joe, you know what I mean? And if you guys see that in the background, is my daughter playing Roblox and shit. Mm-mm-mm. But back at it. I wish somebody could explain to me why we're allowing this. Is it going to take for someone to be, what's the word people use nowadays? Unalived? Is that when it's going to stop? Well, and honestly, in an alternate reality, well, my ex, a Marine, is completely Bundy, so I won't mince words. Is completely Bundy? What does Bundy mean? Like Al Bundy or like Ted Bundy? And I appreciate you being here, by the way, Doc. Meaning he's a psycho. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Is that millennial talk? Is that what that is? Is that new millennial speak? I knew it had to be either Al Bundy or Ted Bundy. I get it now. He was hot, but he was a psycho. I think Ted Bundy was a hot one, wasn't he? And don't all jarheads got to be a little cuckoo in the Cocoa Puff head? So, oh man. You know what, Doc K? Do me a solid. You want to jump on here and talk with me face to face, or you just want to do it in comments? I'm cool with that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this fucking ice cream is on point, though. Good night. I hope I'm not being kind of gross here with this, but god damn, this shit tastes good. I still don't get it though. I really still don't get it. How it is, again, people are so focused on this shit about being so politically correct. Uno momento. Okay. Can I put the link on here? Let me see if I can put the link on here, all right? Let's see. Invite, copy, and paste. All right. So if you want to join me on the live here, there's the invite to the StreamYard. I'll be more than happy to have you on here so we can have a conversation and talk. Hey, maybe more people will start coming on here once they see that there's more than just me talking into a microphone. Mm-mm-mm. Goodness gracious. I tell y'all, I was trying to see if there was anything on the news about it. Of course, not. But apparently, I think it's the Washington Post or USA Today, one of them. I don't know which one it was. They said that a woman, they didn't even say a trans woman. They said that the woman from Algeria, the boxer, you know, beat up the Italian one. But let's get it right. It wasn't a woman from Algeria. It was a transitional woman. I'm trying not to use the terminology that's going to get me canceled, you know? Goodness. I wonder if Facebook's already canceled me. Because I know when I say stuff crazily, Facebook just shuts my shit down. So, and if anybody's watching the replay, you could catch me. You could check out my social medias. It's on the Gun Line podcast, or it's on the Gun Line is the Facebook page, and I think on Facebook, on Facebook, on IG, it's on the Gun Line podcast. On TikTok, it's OTGL_podcast. I think I have a Twitter as well, or X, but I really don't even mess with that one. Mostly I just watch that for porn. Them only girl fans are too much, man. They be putting all their links, and next thing you know, there's a Twitter. I get to see you for free. So just throwing that out there. So anywho, what else is up? What's going on in the world right now, man? I heard that well, you know what? I'm sticking to my damn guns on this one. I'm tired of these. How about this? Why can't they just make I never seen OnlyFans? Well, I'm gonna make one day for myself. You know what I'm saying? I heard that that people make a lot of money on that. So I gotta make myself one. But no, I mean, so why is it why can't they just have their own back to the the Transformers? Why would it be too much for them to have their own league? You know what I mean? Is that too much of a problem? Wouldn't that make too much? Doesn't that make sense? At least in my brain, it does. Bluebell, you want to sponsor me? I'm all about your ice cream, Bluebell. But yeah, Doc K, you being a woman, what are your thoughts on it? As far as like, I mean, what do you think could be a solution for this? I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood. It's scientific, not based on how one feels. That bothers me. 100%. Hey, what's going on, Big Zane? What's cracking, homie? Appreciate you being here. And we're just having a conversation, myself and Doc over here. We're talking about the transitioning female, or the transformed female that beat up the real female in that boxing in the Olympics. And why is it that it's okay for that to occur, but yet for the swimming, they didn't allow the Transformers? I don't understand that. You know, inquiring minds would like to know. That's all I'm saying. Mm-mm. What do you think, Zane? What are your thoughts on it? I think I just got brain freeze. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Man, I just tore up that Bluebell. Goat on ganja. Don't mince words. A man beat up a woman at the fucking Olympics. It's fucking sick. A fucking men. Amen on that. It really is a man that beat up a woman. You know, I don't know how far along this man had been in his transforming phases. And you know what? I appreciate that, Goat. I appreciate that. You know, maybe I am tiptoeing too much around it, huh? A chick with a dick beat up a goddamn a woman in Italy. Oh man, and it is fucking sick. I did a 10 anthropology paper on this. The only solution in the military, if women want equality, is to have equal physical standards. 100% on that. I agree with you. Um, and that's another discussion that I've gotten into and in a lot of trouble for about women in the military. And because my opinions are those that come from a point of view of what people call like machismo or machista, but whatever. 10 anthropology. What is a 10 anthropology though? Don't know what that is. All right, Zane. I think in the name of equality, the other ones need their own league. It's not fair for a female with a biological disadvantage to exactly, bro. You're saying exactly what I believe. I believe that if they do want to compete in some kind of a sport that they're in, and they are of the trans type, that they need to have their own category. You know what I'm saying? 10 paid. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I'm a 13 Bravo here, Doc. You know, I pull string, go boom. You know what I mean? I was a cannon cocker in the army, so sometimes I don't put two and two together, and if I do, it makes five. But yeah, I'm 100% with you, Zane. They need to have their own categories. Why is it that you'll never see the transitioning? What is it like when when a woman turns into a man? You don't see them trying to go up and try to compete in male dominated sports, right? But it sure is the other way around. We shouldn't have to assimilate to their little world, in my honest opinion. I agree with you. I agree that, so if we're talking military wise, Doc, my thing about the whole integrating, like, the combat arms, it brings more drama than it needs to, because those who have never been in the military will always say, oh, well, they should be professional at all times, blah 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 blah. Well, the truth being is we're never professional in the military. You know what I'm saying? We might act professional in professional settings, but when we're out in the field, we are the most immature fucking little kids that you'll ever see. And sometimes shit gets out of hand and people can get offended. Goat says they're pretending to be a woman. Woman should be out. Exactly. Goat. That is my thing right there. Until women start being more outraged and more outspoken about their sports being, pretty much taken over by males pretending to be females, they're gonna keep getting invaded, dude. They're gonna keep getting invaded, and we're gonna be continued to be called bigots, or homophobic. I am not afraid of gay people. I don't care about people being gay. Hey, you like it? Handle your business. You know what I mean? I don't care. That's not my business. But when you start interfering in other people's sports, it's no bueno. Certain sports I can see men and women competing in, like no contact, non-combative sports. But if you put a 150-pound running back against a 350-pound lineman, that's a serious health risk. Well, not only that, dude, you're 100% on that as well. If there are many sports that men and women can compete in, like you were saying, things that handle the brizane, so let's see. Exactly, says Doc. Goat said, I'm not afraid of chicks with dicks. Some of them can pull it off. Don't tell me you're a woman. I can see your penis, bro. Homie, I've seen some of these transformers here that look hotter than, the real women. And that's scary. That is scary as hell. Like sometimes nowadays I'm looking at TV and I'm watching stuff and I'm looking for the telltale signs of, okay, that was a man at one time, specifically, the throat area. checking for that Adam's apple, but there's some of them that are just wow. Like it's amazing in the words of Jamie Lee Peterson or Jesse Lee Peterson. It's amazing. And it just trips me out, dude. I can't believe that they do that. I mean, you know what? Let's go to that. How I mean, if I was single out there in the dating scene and I met this fine ass broad while I'm inside the club, you know what I'm saying? And then we're getting hot and heavy, getting it on in my car, she's giving me some, some Gasco or some chicken head. And next thing I know, I see a bulge coming out of their pants. We might have an issue. You know what I'm saying? We may have an issue. Do trans have both parts? See, that's the thing. I mean, you have your post-op and your pre-op, you know what I mean? So, I mean, they're both still trans, but they're you got your post-op trans that already had the snip, and then you have the pre-op that they so yeah, they as far as I'm tracking, I believe so. Let's see. Got Adam's apple and a bulge. Exactamundo. No, doc, those are medical anomalies called hermaphrodites. Yeah, those so the hermaphs are the ones that have both. Hey, my nephew's up in here. What's going on, big dog? We're talking about the Transformers. We just had a female transformer beat up a Rio woman during the Olympics, and what pisses me off is, again, I see this girl break down and start crying in the middle of the ring after she just got her ass whooped, and it's sad. It's really sad. How come I never seen a woman medically attach a penis? Only dudes get tits. Well, I mean, bro, they do have the ones that the women that actually get their stuff rearranged and they make a phallus for them. You know what I'm saying? They make a chorizo for them. And it's crazy because what's crazy is that how can I put this? They have, I don't know how they do it to pump it. I mean, they have to pump it in order for it to, become what it comes. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get it. Doggo says that's crazy. They should let trans fight trans. Exactly what we're saying right here, man. They should let the trans fight the trans. Let them have their own category where they can fight each other. You know what? I'd like to see a trans woman fight a trans man. Let them fight each other and see what that outcome is going to be. Who's going to win that one? All right. Now, again, I know that there's some strong women out there. I know it. I've seen it. There are some women out there that can kick ass. But, how much harder does she have to work out in order to be that, Let's see. Goat says, fuck that. I got a tattoo on my pinto. I could imagine having a surgery on it. Bro, you know what? I can't believe you did that shit, but whoo, good night. I'd have to get the whole alphabet and then some in order, to get a tattoo down there, though. Biological male wins 99 out of 100 times. I'm with you on that, bro. I am with you on that. I think that they really have to I really would like to see that. Put a trans male and a trans female, put them in the ring, let them go at it. And then, they can go ahead and decide their outcome. Is that going to be fair between their little sexes, between their little games? What are they going to complain about then? And that's the thing. I mean, dude, again, live how you want to live. I don't care. But when you start ruining people's lives and careers, that's wrong. All right. Zane says a trans man fought a regular man in an MMA fight in an Asian promotion and got a true dick beaters put on them. It was horrible, fastest KO in promotions history. Damn. Doc, I just feel that we have real world problems. This shouldn't be a national issue. Somebody should have stopped this from happening from the jump. 100%, Doc. 100%. With all the drama that's really going on in the world right now, with all the issues going around in the world right now, you know, this is what we're focused on right now. You know what I mean? And well, this one because it seems more manageable, maybe. Maybe it's because this one is something that we can still nip in the bud. Oh, and then Goat says science, bone density, muscle mass. Only way to fight between man and woman is fair is when the woman has a 9 millimeter. Fucking truth. Very true. Now, again, I have seen some beastly women out there, some fucking straight butches that can get violent and will whoop some ass, but I mean, what are the odds that it's gonna happen, That I don't know. I don't know. Goat says they did doc for sports that aren't physical violence. And let's see, they allowed violent sports to contain men. It shows you how sick people in charge are. I don't know the answer. It's just wrong. Yeah, it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and that is wrong as hell. And I don't know, y'all. What man, oh man, oh man. Hey, I put the link up there earlier. If anybody wants to jump on here and have this discussion, let me know. I'll go ahead and put the link in there again. If you guys want to jump on, let's see, because I'm all about having conversations. You know what I'm saying? So the link is there. Let me know if you guys can jump on it or not. All right. If not, then what's gonna have to happen is, well, I'll need your email because that's the only other way I know how to send it. So, and the only way I know how to send it that way is you have to email me at onthegunline@gmail.com. I'll go ahead and post that on here as well. On the gunline at gmail.com. If it doesn't work on there, through the link that I just put in there in the post, do me a favor, email me at thegunline@gmail.com and I'll go ahead and shoot you a link. All right. Let's have a discussion. Hey, whoever hit that like, I appreciate y'all, man. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that like button. Hit that like button, yo. Do, 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 do. And if you did send me an email, make sure you let me know as well. That way I know to refresh it and I can pull you up. It's a trip. Like this whole fucking, let me tell y'all something. Check this out. How outraged would America be right now? All right, the US be, if they had a trans woman. If they had a trans woman in there. Oh, okay, no doubt, Doc. It's all gravy. How controversial would it be here in the States if they would have had, let's say China would have had a trans woman compete in the gymnastics? All right. And knowing that, in gymnastics, they're gonna have an advantage, just again with muscle and bone density, as it was said, just biologically and physically stronger. They'd be able to do they'd be able to do probably a lot more difficult, I guess, jumps and all that shit that they do in gymnastics. Look, I'm not well versed in Olympics, but it's up there, like, with ethnicity. All I'm saying is, if there would have been a trans woman that would have won the gold over Simone Biles, how outraged would not just the American community be, but the black community be? You know what I'm saying? All right, go. What's the joke? All right. How does a non-binary person unalive themselves? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's get canceled, baby. They them. They them. How does a non-binary? I think that one flew over my head, y'all. I think that one flew over my head. They them. Huh. I don't. I'm gonna have to say I don't get that one, y'all. I don't get that one. Hey, you're gonna have to break that one down, Barney style, to me, goat. I was an NCO. Yes, I was. Oh man, yes, ma'am. I did retire as a staff sergeant in the United States Army. They, uh huh, slash. Oh, okay. See now that okay. See again, I'm a 13 Bravo. I'm field artillery. There's some shit you gotta break down Barney style. That's fucked up, but it's funny as fuck. I'm gonna have to use that one later on today. Let's fucking get canceled, baby. Let's get canceled. I had a treat. I had a troop literally named Cash and wanted me to call her Cash Big Money. What the fuck? How many cops does it take to change a light bulb? I got to hear this one. Let's do it. How many? None. They just beat the roof for being black. All right, all right, all right. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard this one. Do you know why the Mexicans don't have an Olympic team? Because all the ones that can run, jump, and swim are already in the U.S. What y'all think of that one? That's one of my favorite jokes right there, by the way. I better not get no booze. Going back to work. Have a good one, fam. All right, doggo. Hey, fool. Hey, hit me up this weekend so we can link up about that. Talking about the. So we could talk. We could talk about that podcast. From prison to the military. And shout out to my nephew right there, Doggo. Me and him go way back to when we were little kids. I mean, we grew up together. We have a similar backstory, except that he went hardcore to the gang banging, and I went towards the military. So hopefully I'll be able to get him on here again. He's a really good dude, really great guy who's out there in LA, trying to help the at risk youth out there. So all right, we got any more jokes out there? The only jokes I got are racist. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and mainly towards one of them. But I'm sure we all know which one that will be. You know what? Once I get enough members on this, and I'm able to do the members only one, like how they have like those join to become a member. Once I tier up to that level, I'll be able to go ahead and do that, and we'll do them in there. Because right now I'm still trying to grow, bro. I'm still trying to grow. I know I said let's get canceled, but uh, let's hear them. Fuck it, let's hear them. How come black people don't go on cruises? Oh, we saw what happened the last time that they went on cruises, right? I got some fucked up jokes. Hey, bro, I'm always down to hear any fucked up jokes. This is all jokes and entertainment, right? Up until somebody gets butt hurt. They already been tricked by that shit once. Exactly, dog. I mean, speaking of which, have y'all seen why don't okay, here we go. Why don't Jews like Chicago music? Here we go. Let's hear it. Yeah, I'm waiting for it here too, Zane. Wow. They can't handle getting smoked. That's fired. Your grandpa died in Auschwitz? Yeah, drunk fucker fell out of a guard tower. Yep. I've heard that one quite a few times as well. Man, we are going after the JE dubs, ain't we? Ooh wee. Hey, what's going on, fucking Ray? My boy Sanchez up in there. ¿Qué pasó, güey? Aquí estamos nada más hablando masa, güey. Over here just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like we did on the gun line. This is what it was, by the way, for those non-military folks, when we were out on the field, this is what it would be like. Us over here just telling jokes, having fun, shooting the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all five of y'all here with me. Make sure y'all hit that like button, by the way. Um, let's see, what other jokes do I know that hopefully won't get me canceled? Um, let's see. What does a black guy in a power line hung in the 60s have in common? Oh my God. Let's hear it. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing, Doc. The line the line was hung by a white guy in a funny hat too. Wow, what the Yo, all right. So uh what's the difference between a fucking large pizza and a black man? A large pizza can feed a family of four. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna say the worst one. Let's see. My dad was an OIF too. I would blame my humor on him. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. All right. This is probably gonna be the worst one that I tell. And if y'all get offended, too bad. How long does it take a black woman to take a shit? 9 months. Damn. That's the worst one. I think that's the worst one. That one right there is the one that's gonna get my ass fucking destroyed. All right. You know what? I gotta spread the love. Why do Mexicans drive lowriders? Does anyone know why Mexicans drive lowriders? So they can drive and pick the strawberries at the same time. How many dead babies does it take to paint a wall? Jesus Christ. All right, let's hear this one. Wait, why I gotta shut up? What I do? I'm not the one talking about dead babies and painting a wall. God damn it! Oh man, oh man. I'm still waiting on the answer. Did I already get blocked? Is that what happened? Did everybody leave? Man, how did this go from transboxing to telling some crazy ass jokes? Damn. Hmm. I wonder. Hold on. What happened to the I'm still waiting to see what happened. Ah, that sucks. Okay, so it must be one of those answers that have to do with uh, yeah, they do that sometimes. I don't know why they do that, dog, but that sucks. Why did the Arab marry LeBron James? My bad. Hey, go. If it was up to me, I let it all roll. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, goat. I feel you. You know what? You won't have a hard time. By the way, what's the answer, Zane? Or is it not letting you tell yours as well? Hey, baby, you know we all because Arabs only bang goats. Damn. You know what's funny is I've heard a lot about that too, and I mean, I honestly on my 3 deployments that I did, I never saw that happening. You know, and I kind of wish I did. I wish I had one of those stories. You know, like I saw these them fucking goats and shit like that. I mean, I'm sure it happens. I'm almost positive. I mean, they did have Man Love Thursdays, but I mean, it's just also like the only thing that I saw because you know I used to have what's called a Pass 13, which I used to use in order to it was night vision. Basically, it's a thermal sight, and the only thing that I saw that was kind of funny was this one dude. We were doing a TCP, traffic control point, and so we had all this one like overpass blocked off. And all this because some asshole decided to fucking escape out the goddamn green zone to go visit his family out in Iraq. So let's tell a quick story. Back in Iraq, right? There was this Iraqi dude who had moved from Iraq to the US. When he got to the US, he became a citizen and all that good shit and joined the military. So he joined the army and he found out he was getting deployed to Iraq. So this fucker decides to tell his old lady, "Hey, I'm going to go to Iraq. You know, why don't you meet me back over there?" Because he was married and everything. So his wife went over to Iraq. You know, flew home while he was deployed over there. This fucking genius decides to while he's right there in the IZ, he was in the green zone in the IZ. We call it the IZ, the international zone. Anywho, so this genius decides to go visit his wife, who's on the Karata Peninsula. Now, if you know about Baghdad, you'll know there's like this little fucking island right across the right across. I want to say it's the Tigers because that's the one that was right next to us. Right across is the fucking Karata Peninsula, and that place was hot. I'm talking about fucking hot, yo. Anyway. So this genius decides to, get dressed in civvies because he looks like the rest of the population there, and gets on a moped and takes off because his one of his family members was having a wedding. So he decides to go over there, and while he's there, um, several people who knew him or about him knew that he was with the U.S. Army now, that he had left Iraq. And guess what they ended up doing to him? Like you know what ended up happening to him, right? He got taken away. The fool got disappeared. And so when that happened, they sent us out there to go and help look for this dumbass. We never found him. We never found. It wasn't until years later that I remember hearing on the news that they have found the body of that idiot um already decomposing and shit like that. I don't know if it was a mass grave or what, but yeah. But during that time, we were doing this checkpoint, right? And I had my Pass 13 out, trying to scan the sectors because I was in one of these areas where the traffic control point was. To my left, there was like a big ass open field, and right across from that was Dora, and Aldora was. Ooh, even our chirps didn't want to go there. That place was fucking bad. Um, so I remember while I had the TCP there, I was looking through my thermal and I saw one of the fucking Hajis. I saw one of the Iraqis get out of the vehicle, and he started walking towards the field, right? So, hey, that popped up my fucking spider senses. So I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at him, and at this time I was the gunner on my Humvee. I was just a little old private, and I'm looking and looking and looking, and I'm like, hey, chief, I got somebody that's going into the field right now. I don't know what he's doing, but he's head out there. He's like, all right, keep an eye on him. So, as I'm keeping an eye on him, I got my 240 trained on him. Just looking at him, just waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to do something. And boy, did he do something. So as I'm watching him, he starts popping a squat. And I'm like, what the fuck's this guy doing? So I'm looking at him, right? And I have it on white hot. So anything that's white, anything that's got heat is white. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck is this fool doing? I thought, he might be digging for fucking weapons or something of that sort. You know what I mean? Well, so he squatted, and then he got up, and then, he fixed his man dress and walked away. I'm like, what the fuck was that about? And as he's leaving, I'm noticing that there's something white hot that he left behind. My boy, that motherfucker got out there to take a shit. So he left a nice, steamy, hot pile of shit right there for me to view. So I didn't get to see somebody take get a goat and fuck him, but I did get to see a fucking Haji go out there and take a shit. Did he wipe his hands afterwards? With what? Nope. He just popped that squat and then got up and walked away. He must have had some mad motherfucking ass rash afterwards. I don't know. Anyways, that's my story on that. I don't know how the fuck we got here talking about Transboxers, though. All right, that's like that dummy. That's like the fucking traitor that defected to North Korea recently. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, that idiot. That idiot. I think I'm banned from chatting. YouTube don't like me. Now I got you right here, pimpin'. I see you right here. Dude, that idiot that went to North Korea. You talk about the black kid? That black kid that ended up going up there. You know what's fucking fucked up about that? That dude, a lot of people try to make it about race. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I can't stand is when people make shit about race. If you've been in the military, if you served in the military over one day, you know that we are an open HR case. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, or in the military word, it will be EO case. So everybody was trying to defend this kid, like, they're trying to get him because he's black and he had a problem with his command. That motherfucker was a fucking chomo. Okay, this kid that everybody was fucking this kid that everybody was trying to support, he had an open case on him for doing or having inappropriate shit, and he was trying to escape to North Korea so he could avoid, because they were taking him back to El Paso. So yeah. Did you get to visit Saddam's castle? I don't know what castle that would be. I know he had a palace that was right there at the Biop. So the palace that he had at the Biop was it was like right in the middle of it. I never got to go in it, but I drove by it a fuckload of times. He did have this one spot though. I heard he had a bunch. Yeah, he had a bunch of palaces. Like he had this one right inside the IZ in Checkpoint 12. We ended up calling that one Fob Prosperity. And Prosperity actually had this motherfucker had so many statues of himself, bro. Like he thought of himself like, the greatest things, I guess direct lines to Nebuchadnezzar and all that shit. And he thought himself almost as a godlike type person. I actually got to see this motherfucker in real life 2 times in my life. I got to see Saddam, and I tell you, that palace was fucking tight. Apparently, he lived in luxury while his people lived in shit, bro, and it was fucking sad. We had made that place into a FOB, a forward operating base. And then the compound where I lived at, it was called Fob Union 3. This is back in 2005, 2006 when I was there. And that used to actually be the headquarters of the Ba'ath Party. The Ba'ath Party being the political party that Saddam Hussein belonged to or pertained to. The cool thing about that was that attached to that on that building that we were at was his court. So whenever he came for court, we had to go and pull security for that motherfucker. So we got I was pulling security every time that he would come in for it was called the IHT guard, which is on the Iraqi High Tribunal. So let's see, YouTube won't let me type anything against child predators if I use negative slur to describe. I mean, of course not. Dude, now they're called maps nowadays. You know what I mean? It's fucking stupid to me. It happened, dude. It's all good. Don't trip. You know what I'm saying? I wish that I had more control over that, but unfortunately, I don't. Like, I don't have anything that because to me, you're welcome to speak however you want to speak, say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? That's just how I get down. Again, I'm not monetized yet, so I mean, it's not like I'm losing anything. You know what I mean? I know that there's other cats that because this is their income. They watch what they have to say, and that's just being careful. I missed a world pre 1999. My boy, you ain't lying. Shit, 1999, I was 22 years old. Yeah, 22. Damn, I'm old. In case y'all were wondering, I'm 47. I'll be 47 in November. I know I look sexy as fuck for my age. But yeah, back to the story. I used to see that motherfucker Saddam, bro. They used to fly him into our helipad, and then from there, believe it or not, for some fucking reason, they would put him in what we call a rhino bus. This bus is a up armored fucking bus. They would slap him in that from the fucking helipad to the IHT, which is the Iraqi High Tribunal. That's where they had his court. So they would take him to what we called the Black Gate. The Black Gate was the fucking, what's it called? Where the SF were at. Okay. The answer is yes. The joke from earlier. What's the joke? I mean, what's the answer? Are we talking about painting? Damn, Zane, you were born in 99, bro? Damn. That's awesome, though. I mean, shit. You don't know a world before technology. That's crazy, dog. It's there in the chat. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. God damn, you went hard on that one. You went hard on that one. Oh my God. I'm trying to think of one. I can't. I'm trying to trick the algorithm. It's not working. Military kid, can you tell? Hey, you definitely have beat the system. That works for me because it just shows more engagement on my end as well. So, oh man. Hey, let me ask y'all, man. Hey, Goat. You're a military kid, right? How? I'm assuming you're over 18. Did you ever think of joining the military, or why not did you not join? Same to you, Zane. Since Zane was born in 99. And Doc, let me ask you, being that your prior service, um, would you encourage or discourage your kids from joining the military if it was something they could think about doing? Goat said, yeah, I wanted to join. And then you think that's good. What did Jamaican Hitler call the Jews? Sent to the fire. Oh boy. I shattered my ankle skateboarding and have plates and pins, and I would have asthma. Oh damn, gotcha. You would discourage them? Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm still in that limbo phase of like, well, my kids are still young. I have a 14 and a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 9-year-old. Um, I told them, well, I mean, if they join the military, based on their personalities, my middle daughter would probably be in the Navy, would be the best fit for her, and my oldest would probably be better in the Air Force. I try to lie my recruiter. Ain't nothing wrong with lying to your recruiter. All right. Just know that sooner or later they will find out. And if sometimes your recruiter will help you lie, you know what I'm saying? So he called them jerks. Wow. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh man. Like, sometimes your recruiter will help you though. I did 6 active, then 15 DOD. Oh, right on. I was 18 in 2004. I watched all my friends go fight and not come home. I had a civilian survival guilt for a long time, turned to drugs and alcohol, ended up a felon. Hey, word, I feel you on that, dog. I feel you on that. Survivor guilt's a bitch. I have to deal with that personally. And survivor's guilt's a bitch. It really is. Especially like, think about it like when I think about it, I think about the World War II veterans, right? World War II veterans, they all, or just think about the World War II generation. They all wanted to serve, especially after what had happened in Japan, in Hawaii because of Japan, right? So I heard of people that they would end up, taking the other way out, if you know what I mean, because they weren't allowed to join the military, and that's how patriotic it was back then. That's how much of a change there's been in our climate here in our country, that nobody wants to serve their country anymore. There's like no pride in being American. There's no pride in hoisting our flag. Like I don't know if y'all seen the video that I did about burning the flag. That shit pisses the fuck out of me off, but I get it. It's their right to do so, freedom of expression, all that good shit. However, it's still to me, and it's something that I fought for them to have, but it still pisses me off because while it is your freedom to express that, it's definitely something that irks me because I've seen my fellow service members, both male and female, come back and buried under that flag, or not buried, but their casket under that flag. So it's something that really it hits home. I still think back to having to hoist the body bag and putting it in the Black Hawk over in Afghanistan after they had a 2KIA that day. And the dudes were like, hey, man, this is too hard for me right now. I really can't do this. Do you mind? And I was like, yeah, man, I got you, no doubt, And I remember stepping in for him and carrying one of the body bags, and there with fresh with a brother's body going back home. And it had the U.S. flag draped over him. So, yeah. And I appreciate that, GOAT. That's the video that got me onto your page. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for liking it, man. As for the why I haven't joined, simple answer is I'm lazy and currently in the mindset that would not allow me to excel. If I do or support something, I have to be 100%, no room for backstop. Oh, I feel you. I feel you on that 100%. Don't let that stop you though, because sometimes you need to challenge yourself. You know what I mean? And they'll whip you into shape. I mean, granted, I don't know how it is nowadays, but I mean, they will go ahead and find the potential in you, extract it from you, and challenge you with it. All right. Trust me, there were times in boot camp where I wanted to fucking quit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wanted to fucking quit, yo. Especially being a 26-year-old man. I wasn't even a kid anymore. I was a fucking 26-year-old man when I joined. But I knew this is what I wanted to do since I was a kid. I wanted to be a Marine. But because I only had a GED, the Marine Corps said nope. So next thing you know, the Army said, "Hey, we'll take GEDs. We need the bodies right now." So in 2003, I went in November of 2003 when the Fallujah thing was going on. I went and then I ended up in. It took me 1 year. It took me 1 year to join the Army because I have a felony. At that time, I had a felony, and I had certain tattoos regarding my past life, which would have gotten me disqualified. So I had to go ahead and get those covered up. That'll be more on that on another day. Okay, question. My 14-year-old wants to serve, and I think it's his duty if that's what he is called to do. But would you let your children join a branch with today's military standards? I'll say this. I would okay, so that's a good question. I have a 14-year-old and who does not feel like joining the military at all. However, if it's what they want to do, I would encourage it and be like, hey, think about it. You got 4 years, 3 years technically, because at 17 you could just sign them off with a waiver. And a lot of things could change between now and then. And I believe that the military, while it does display a lot of standards have gone down. All right. I do believe that there are still some in there, some non-commissioned officers that want nothing but the best for our country. So they will train them. And because as I was getting ready to get out, we started getting some of the shitbag generation. But there was this one soldier, I remember, his name was Suggs. It was Private Suggs. And he was definitely one of the bunch that wasn't like the rest that came in. So if you can keep your kid with the eye on the prize, as far as like, if you're going to go ahead and do this, you got to give it 100%, and don't fall into don't be a lemming following those other shitbags. They'll be all right. And just to stick with the NCOs that look and portray the image of a soldier or whatever branch they go into. I saw the boot camp you did on Air Force. My Air Force boot camp wasn't like that. We couldn't make eye contact with RTIs, let alone have a cover. Thank you, Doc. 100%. My drill sergeants, we could not even. Don't even look at them. And their first name was drill sergeant. Their last name was drill sergeant. So we would no way in hell even communicate with them in any way, shape, or form, unless, like, obviously, if there was some kind of a emergency from back home or something, and that was few and far between. Like if you got a letter saying that somebody's gonna do something to themselves or whatnot, but 9 times out of 10, your drill sergeant will call you. Now there were some times I do want to stress this out. The worst time in boot camp is going to be your first maybe 2 to 3 weeks is going to be the worst time. And there's a purpose to that. That's to break the civilian out of you so they can build the service member in you, whether that's a soldier, whether that's an airman, whether that's a jarhead, whether it's a sailor or Coast Guard. We call them puddle pirates, so anyway, that's the whole main purpose of them being put in that high stress situation. At least that's my point of view. I don't know. I never got to become a drill sergeant because I ended up getting out way before my time. But I do think that some of the standards have changed. Some for the best, some not. So let's see. But I don't know. Hey, Gunline, out of all the base X food courts you've been to, which can you recall had the best food options? Ooh, that's gonna have to be. Let's see. Damn, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to say Fort Hood. Fort Hood definitely had the most because it had 2 different. Well, it has a bunch of places to go and eat, dude. Fuck. Fort Sill has a good one, but it's just full of too many privates. That I didn't like the TRADOC environment. That's a training environment. Let's see. I do remember. I'll tell you what. I will say this. Let's talk about DFACs. That's dining facilities. The best dining facilities, you'll find them with the Chair Force. The Chair Force have the best dining facilities. They're fucking restaurants, yo. That's basically what they are. They're fucking restaurants. They had one out there in at the Biop in Iraq. The Biop is the Baghdad International Airport. So, were you at Fort Hood when the were you at Fort Hood when the Vanessa Guillen was going on? No, I was already at the Army. So, just for those that don't know, I got out in 2015. But I will say that the Vanessa Guillen thing, there's a lot more to it than people know there is. She's not as innocent as people portray her to be, is what I'll say about that. I got a buddy in Killeen, Texas, whatever base that is, that's in Fort Hood, and it says the food on base is garbage, but the barbecue off base is insane. I'm gonna say Fort Hood has Fort Hood had a lot of different places to eat. They have more options. So, oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, all I'm saying is she's not as innocent as people say. All right, that I'll leave that there because I know that's a very touchy subject for some people, very sore. But I wish what I'll say about this whole Guillen thing is the Army has certain protocols it has to take before they start identifying people as AWOL or drop from rosters or say that they've gone missing. You know what I mean? First of all, she's an adult and she's missing formation. So what happens? Okay, fail to report. We find that out as soon as we go to first formation the next working day, and from there it's on them as far as like it's on them, it's on their leadership to find out where that person is, where they've gone missing to. Are they missing? You know what I mean? There's a lot of investigating that needs to go on, and people just the parents jumped in there. God damn it, stupid mosquito! The parents jumped on it really quick, and it just there's a lot out there. We'll talk sometime, Doc. We'll definitely talk about it. Just for context, he came from Anchorage. Okay, I never made it to Fort. That's Fort Richardson out there in Anchorage, because they got two of them out there in Alaska. They have Fort Rich and they have Wainwright. That's out there. I never made it up that way. So, which was the worst? Which was the worst place to eat or the worst base I've been to? I can tell you there've been some plenty of, but the worst place. I think the worst one had to be Fort Sill, and simply it was because Fort Sill is just, I would have to say, because it was a training environment. So you had all these privates there, and you had all these drill sergeants there, and it was just not a place that I liked. I saw a lot that I would never tell a civilian. Oh, I bet. You females deal with a lot of shit in there. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from that, from any of y'all's experience. However, there are some that aren't as innocent as they make things to be. I'll give you an example. There's this one soldier that I knew who he ended up getting some charges. Let's just say those charges that can get you hemmed up in prison. Because basically what ended up happening was the female regretted what she had done the night prior. You know what I'm saying? But with that, they're gonna take her word over his. And unfortunately, that's the world that we live in now. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because definitely it does. But for them to say that because she was under the influence that she couldn't consent, but so was he. So, anywho, that's a topic that's pretty difficult. So I don't want to trigger people. I just think that situation like that is kind of fucked up. Damn. So even the cooks were trainees. Oh, oh no, we're talking about. Are we talking about dining facilities now, or are we talking about fucking? See, now you got me confused, Zane, because the cooks don't work at the PX. They work at the DFAX, but shit. I think that if the Air Force has any cooks, they probably have like a culinary school where they have like fucking Gordon Ramsay teaching them motherfuckers how to cook. Yeah, for sure. Someone actually dated people in our unit. Even that. See, and that's a big issue right there. That's a big issue right there, Doc. One of the things so that's one of the reasons that I didn't like when they started integrating females onto the gun line or onto into the male combat arms, because I knew that it was going to start bringing in those issues of people dating each other. I don't have a problem with people dating each other. What I have a problem is that it's going to destroy the camaraderie that we have, because if somebody breaks up, it's not going to be on good terms. Somebody's not going to be happy. And guess what? If you're in the same platoon, that's just going to destroy the cohesion there. And then people start taking sides. It just makes things more complicated. Okay. And I don't care how many times people say, oh, we're professional, we got to believe. Look, man, it doesn't work that way. You put male and females together in one place, and something's going to happen between them. And a female can, and this is my opinion, I'm not saying this is you, Doc, but there's females out there that will use their femininity to move up and then blackmail a superior or a senior to get what they want. You know what I mean? I had a really good close buddy of mine who got fucked over. He was a first sergeant and got fucked over by that. So I'm telling you, it causes more issues than need to be out there. Cooks are civilians in the Air Force. Figures. And I bet you they got to go through a hiring phase of, they got to have a resume where they worked as fucking chefs and all that good shit. Oh man. Zane, I was at Fort Sill. For boot camp or basic training back in November of 04 through March of 05. Oh, and we did have civilian workers there too. Just to throw that out there, we had civilian workers there. I remember, dude, there was this one beautiful. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, white girls are my kryptonite. White girls are my kryptonite. And this chick, I was coming out of the DFAC and I was putting my tray away, where they go and wash them. And every time I would go out, there was this cute little blonde girl who had beautiful blue eyes, man. And I would see her and I would smile at her and she would smile at me. And so we had the eye contact, right? Well, one time was walking by and I saw her. She smiled. I smiled. She was fucking beautiful. I still remember her. White girls, y'all are my kryptonite. So, anyways, I went outside and I was gonna go stand in the breezeway outside of the DFAC. All right. So the breezeway is basically, if y'all don't know what a breezeway is, it's a long ass hallway between two entrances of this building. So I walk out of the DFAC, the dining facility. I put my patrol cap on my PC, and I walk out and I look at my homeboys that are already standing out there at parade rest, and I look at them like, damn, dog, I think I'm in love, yo. Nobody made one movement. Normally they would laugh at something like that, or there would be a chuckle or something. No, everybody was standing perfectly still at parade rest. And that should have been enough to alarm me. But, well, it did alarm me. It triggered a response in me where, like, I fucked up. Because right behind me, there stood this big-ass, tall white dude with a round, brown, smoky hat who said, "What the fuck did you say, Private?" And I said, "Oh, shit." I went to parade rest immediately. I didn't say nothing, Drill Sergeant. I didn't say nothing, Drill Sergeant. Drill Sergeant, this Private did not say nothing. No, Private, what you say? I said, Drill Sergeant, I said that I think I'm in love with her. Now, come here, Private. So he takes me to her right there. He stands me in front of the chick, and he's like, so-and-so, I can't remember her name. I was mesmerized by her eyes. But he's like, this Private has something to tell you. And I looked at her, and she's smiling. I said, I think I'm in love with you. And she just like blushes and turns away, giggling and smiling. And he turns around. He's like, you know what, Private? I know her father. Her father is Drill Sergeant so-and-so. He's going to whoop your ass. I don't know to this date if that was true or not, but it was enough for me to never even look at her direction from that day forward. Who knows, man? She could have been the future Mrs. Lopez. Thanks a lot, you cock blocking drill sergeant. Anywho, sorry, I go off on tangents sometimes, so this is one of those times. Anywho, damn, I've been on for an hour and 15. Any more questions? I take them all. No Diddy. No Diddy. Cooks are civilians in the Air Force. I had to brief commanders on sortie schedule, so I think people were just scared to fuck with me. You know, I think it's all about how you present yourself and you project yourself, Doc. That's one thing I did notice. Some of the females that we had, before they started integrating them into our teams, we had what was called the FET. Fuck. They were the female engagement team. All right, this is before we went to Afghanistan. This is back in 2011, because we were deploying in 2012 to Afghanistan. So they integrated us with this thing called the FET, which was a female engagement team, and one came in way too hardcore, hua as we call them. You know, I call her Ranger Reba. Her name was Rebecca. I can't remember her last name, but her name was Rebecca. I remember that because I called her Ranger Reba because she always thought like she was like the most hardcore. She was like 4 foot nothing. All right. She was literally like 4 foot nothing. I'll even at the 3/4 because Dubs, you know, he says that 3/4 it adds something to it. So she was like maybe like 4'9 3/4, we'll say. And she had this fucking attitude where she walked in there where she thought that she was the shit. You know what I mean? She walked in there like she was the shit. And you know, when you go in there acting too hard, you're gonna get fucking dropped down a couple pegs. And that's what ended up happening to her. Like, I disliked her from the get-go. She turned out to be a hoe out there in Afghanistan. Everybody knew it. She ended up just getting ran through. But then you had the other one, the other spectrum, which was her NCO. She was this black NCO, and she was too soft, just way too soft. She should have never had stripes. I'll say that. She should have never had stripes and been in charge of any kind of soldiers. And she ended up getting, I think, relieved. But then there was one more, and she's still my friend to this date. And shout out to my girl Giles. If you're watching, Giles, you know who you are. She was cool as fuck, like just cool. She just went in there being herself. You know what I mean? So there was no issues. And if all of them would have had that same attitude that Giles had, it would have been like fucking gravy. But guess what ended up happening with Giles? She ended up hooking up with one of the homies. Again, go figure, right? I mean, you put male and females together on a small fucking post. What do you think's gonna happen? About to be guts, man. All right, let's see. You ever had underground fight club when you were deployed? It wasn't even underground, dog. It was a motherfucker with boxing. There's videos of it. Unlike y'all's generation, we never put them out there like that. But yeah, there were fight clubs that we would have, but it was with gloves. They would go and there was like any issues between any tension between soldiers, they would go at it toe to toe, you know, and just beat it up, and that's it. Call it a day, you know. Um, Hell, I remember one of my. I'm not gonna even put out his information here, but he's a friend of the podcast, and he ended up getting his fucking his shoulder pushed out during one of those. All right, got another joke. All right, goat. What do girls say to guys with big dicks? Come and get it. I don't know. When were you on Fenty? When were you in Fenty? Because I was at Fenty. Fucking 100 and worst. I knew you wouldn't know. Ah ha 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 ha. Hey, 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 hey. I'm above average. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Goat on ganja. I'm above average. The first time I ever saw tattoos exposed with uniform and gold chief was 101st Fob. Yeah, on Fob Fancy. Shit, man. It's gonna be funny if we would have been there at the same time. I'll tell you that. Oh man. 2000. Dude, I got there in 2012. I got there in 2012. I was there on Fenty from March till June, and then from June I ended up going to Gamberry um, to go train the fucking Afghan army on how to shoot artillery. That was a fucking joke in itself. God damn that place. Fenty sucked though, man. I tell you, Fenty fucking sucked. For those that don't know, Fenty is it's an air base. It's Jalalabad in Afghanistan, and fucking small and sucks. What do you get when you put 100 sailors on one submarine? Shit, a gay pride parade. 50 happy couples. Shots fired at the Navy. God damn. Damn. Oh, shit. Gay. Oh, man. Right at the Navy. Took Yafu's out, yo. The MQ9 compound. I don't know where that would be. I was right there, literally. So I don't know if you know what the A-locks are, right? So I was at the A-lock that's right where that what the fuck is it? Like a patio right by the DFAC, like literally across from the DFAC. And I was there. And let's see. I was like I said, I was there at the A-lock for just like 3 months, and then I was gone. Yeah, I wasn't there probably long enough to even know what all that high speed stuff was. Like I said, I was at the A-lock. And then from there, I went up. I don't know if do you remember where they had the detainees at? They had me go over there because we had to watch some of those Hajis there. They caught a couple of IED makers, HME makers actually, not IED. But other than that, it was boring as shit. My dad was stationed on the USS Arkansas in the Persian Gulf in Desert Storm. I say clowning on the Navy. Oh, I stay clowning on the Navy, bro. One of my fellow podcasters, his name is Adam Herrera. He does this show, this podcast called the Sea Stories podcast. He's been here a couple of times. He was actually on the Donald Cook. So yeah, it sounds like Doc, you were doing some of that high speed secret scroll shit. Not this guy. This guy was just sitting on the A-lock for night shift. So the only cool thing was that I would see, like, when the SF motherfuckers would take off, because like the runway was literally right across. Like, here's my A-lock. Here's that fucking little patio area, that covered area. The gym was if I was to step out, the gym was to the right. The DFAC was immediately to my left, and then beyond that was the Haji shops and the PX, if I remember it correctly. So yeah, I didn't do much high speed shit. Just where I got to see those fucking Hajis that were locked up. I would have to go take them to go get some water, and then they would always stop and say, Inshallah, Inshallah, and all that good shit. And then from there, thankfully, I got out. I got out, but I was selected to go help out in Gamberry and got to go train those dumbasses. That was fucking fun. You know what the worst part was about training these Afghans is they joined the artillery for the Afghan army because they said they thought they weren't going to be exposed into combat. And when we told them what they were going to be doing, they were going to cops out there because we were so Doc, like RC East and RC South and all that. So we were all in RC East. So our guys that we were training, they were going to start taking over the cops out there. Fucking over there, like cop. What was it? Fuck, I can't even remember them anymore. Bostic was one of them. They got hit. Hanukkah Miracle, Shinwar. So that's where they were going to be going. When we told them that, they were scared as fuck. We were attacked on three sides. Perimeter was breached about a year before you got. No shit. See, I missed all the good stuff, man. That's fucked up. Damn, dude. Damn. See, I didn't get to. My experience in Afghanistan was unlike everybody else's. You know, like most people's experiences were either really fucking boring or really fucking active. For example, I had some buddies that were on Cop Monte. Those motherfuckers were in it all day, every day. Me, I was in Fob Ganbury. Now, all I was doing was training these fucking monkeys how to shoot artillery. So my experience sucked. I know that when I was there, the one that had gotten attacked was they had just broke the perimeter in one of the fobs that was close to us. I can't remember what the name of it. It wasn't Shinwar. I don't think it was Shinwar. But there was one that was close to us that they had like blown up and motherfuckers blew up a wall and ran in and they started just fucking letting them out. We started taking in their casualties when they were coming in. So luckily there were no KIA, just a bunch of wounded and shit. So yeah, I mean, it sucked. Like, I mean, I'll tell you, Afghanistan was a lot different than Iraq. That's one thing I know for a fact, as far as like, experiences. Because these motherfuckers in Afghanistan, they had balls on them. Chapman, I'm not sure. I mean, is that what it was? I'm not 100% sure. No, it was right by us, like right outside of Fenty, like right around our perimeter. Because Coast is isn't that up north? I don't know the name of it. It was right there within our fucking like in our area because we start like I said after they got hit. I thought that we were gonna get a chance to go over there, but I'll just say this, man. I was dying. I was itching to get in. You know what I mean? So, not saying that I was a badass or anything like because I was not. It was just I joined the military because I wanted to do shit. You know what I mean? So, anywho, oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. I don't know the name of it. See, now that's gonna fucking bug me. I'm gonna have to reach out to one of my homies. I mean, we're talking about 12 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah, it had been just as we got there. You know what pissed me off? Like the living standards that we had there. Were you staying in bee huts? Because we were staying in the bee huts, right there in Fenty, right across from where the green beans was at. That's where my bee huts were. I fucking hated those bee huts, man. Meanwhile, the transitioning motherfuckers got the nice living accommodations, man. It smelled like ass though. How did we get here with all this conversation? I should have changed the name of this fucking thing. A civilian who wishes he could wait, what? So I know wait, I must have hold on, I missed this goat. Let me get back to you here. So I know y'all got a slur for people like me. Civilian who wishes he could but didn't serve. What is it? Honestly, I'd never heard of a civilian that wanted but didn't. Don't I've never heard of one, to be honest. I'll be 100% with you. I've never heard of one. Now we do have those motherfuckers out there that they swear that the only reason they didn't join was because they would beat the drill sergeant up or whatever. They're just pussies. That's all they are. There's some lying ass pussies. But I never heard of a slur of anybody who wanted to join but couldn't join because I was that for a long time. I wanted to join the military since I was a fucking little kid, but because of personal decisions that I made, I was unable to do so until I was older. Do you miss anything about the Middle East? I miss the bonds. As cliche as it's gonna sound, I miss the bonds that were formed out there. I it's gonna sound stupid and it's gonna sound weird. I missed the now about the Middle East itself or the experience. Let me clarify. If you clarify that, do you mean like the Middle East? Like, do I miss like what do I miss as far as like the culture aspect or my experience in war there? If we can clarify that. Damn, I wish I was there. Damn, I wish there was a fucked up slur so I could make a shirt. Bro, I've been trying to sell shirts for a hot minute and I don't even fucking pump that out anymore. But if you guys ever want to go on thegunline.com, I have a little t-shirt site there that gets no action. So, oh, I was on compound, worst day of my life. Pilot comes in and asks, "Are you living? Are you living the shed in the back? Cause it's on fire." Oh shit, that's fucked up. Damn, that's too funny. Like the people, the food, your terps. My terps. The food was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's talk about all three deployments. My first deployment, it was in Baghdad. I was a private, so I didn't really much engage with people unless it was engaging. Then my second deployment was to Mosul, and that place was a lot better because I was a staff sergeant by the time I got there, and I was in charge of the dismount crew. So what was cool about that one was I was actually able to engage with the people, and I would buy falafels for all my crew. So their food was good. The falafels were fucking bomb, dude. Some of the people were, I would say 90% of the people were cool with us. Um, it makes you grateful for what you have. I'll tell you that. I miss my terps. My terps were funny as fuck. You know, they were funny as fuck. Some were shady, and the ones that we discovered were shady, we just cut them off immediately. Like, nah, you done. You fired, homie. Um, the people for the most part were cool with us. They were funny. You know, just like us, but just in shit fucking like Trump said, man. They're just in shithole countries. It is what it is. There's no other way to put it. There's a certain smell that you just can never fucking forget once you go to those countries. Um, and that's like a sewage. You know what I mean? Like just the because they don't have. It seemed like they didn't have a sewer system. So let's see. Because let's be real, for a second, the civilians there were just people too. Like, did you ever meet someone who, if met in other circumstances, you might have been bros with? Yeah, dude. Again, like my terps. Luckily, one of my terps, the last terp that I had out in Afghanistan, his name was Turbo. You know, they never used their real names, but his name was Turbo, and he's actually out here now, back in the States. Luckily, he was able to get all his family out of there pre pull out by Biden. And you know, I got him on Facebook, and we chat here and there, but it's not like we're super fucking tight. Um, the thing that I felt for the most was the kids. You know, the kids they had no fault in any of that. You know, so you know, whenever we could, we would try to make them happy. Like we'd give them Gatorades or Pepsis, and but that could also be a downfall for you. You know, because what sucks is that those motherfuckers out there, they would strap kids with suicide vests on, and they would tell them, "Hey, go walk up to those soldiers." You know what I mean? Because they knew that we had like we have a heart, you know. And unfortunately, sometimes they would just let themselves go. And I'll give you an example. I ended up becoming cynical out there. I didn't think I was coming back from my second deployment in Mosul. I didn't think I was going to come back, so I was just like ready for it. Like fuck it. I told my driver, his name is Bambi. Shout out Bambi. That's his nickname. But that motherfucker, I told him, hey man, if anybody gets in front of our Humvee, or we had MRAPs, and I was the lead vehicle, and I told him, hey, if anybody jumps in front of us, I don't care, you know, if it's a little kid trying to stop us, he's a speed bump. He's a fucking speed bump. Run him over. I'll take the blame on it. Because one of the tactics that they had was they would try to get your convoy to stop, and then they would fucking attack you. So fuck that. I don't know. We would watch some of the friends burying things at night and smile in your face in the morning. Don't trust them. 100%. 100%. Like I said, they could easily do that, Doc. You know it. I know it. They could smile in your face, and then you know they'd be on their cell phone trying to give fucking info as to where we would be at, or like, you know, call in direct fire. You know what I mean? Uh, there was this one terp that we had that right prior to us going out on mission. This was in Mosul. This is in Mosul. We're getting ready to go out on a mission, and he was our assigned terp. And while we were doing our CONOP briefing, um, he after we got done, he pulled out his cell phone, and they're not supposed to have cell phones during these things. So once he pulled it out, we're like, "Who the fuck are you calling? Why you have your cell phone with you?" We got him fired right there on the spot and we had to fucking pretty much alter our routes that we were going to take and whatnot because we don't know how much information he had provided. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I mean, you could only trust him as far as you could throw him. And what sucks is even when I was in Afghanistan, we had a lot of what's called green on blue, which was the Afghan army turning onto us and blasting at us. So since we were helping train up the Afghan army, what we did was we went ahead and took all their weapons away. We took their weapons away and locked them up while we trained them. And not only that, we would have what we call guardian angels, which would have been some other soldiers of ours that would be walking around our perimeter as I was training, because I would have to put my weapon away while I trained these soldiers. So, oh man, let's see. Yeah, I've heard stories of a homie who was in hood, lost 6 of his guys exactly like that. Kids stopped the convoy. They got it clear. The kid from the road and blew up strips of ID. Yeah, dude. They a lot of motherfuckers think that these Hajis were fucking dumb, like they were slow or not smart. These fools, they have what were called and I when I got to Iraq the first time, they have yeah, it is, remembering these things. But you know what? Here's the thing, Doc. Like when I first started this podcast, it was to do stuff like this with other veterans. And it was because to me it's like therapy without the therapist is what I always called it. Sometimes we need to get it out, if not, it's like a Pepsi bottle that when you shake it so much, it builds all that pressure. And if you don't release that pressure, you're gonna explode. So, that's why I ended up, continuing with this. And right now I'm just trying to feel my way around it, and eventually it'll grow and we'll continue this. But yeah, I mean, it'd be like that sometimes, it'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, dude, what was I telling you, Ganj? Damn. I get lost in the weeds easily, y'all. Like, I mean, we could be tracking on one thing and done. So let's see. There's a reason technical support is ran by all Middle Eastern people. They're engineers at 3. Bro, I had to learn sign language out there, all right? Like I was a king of charades when I was in Mosul. There was this, I'll give you another story real quick. Oh shit, hold on. What did I say? Yeah, I'm surrounded by Mormon women. Only so long you can talk about breastfeeding. Hey, we can talk about breastfeeding all day long. I'm all about, hey, free the nipple. Free the nipple. Nah, it's a trip. Like, damn, see, I forgot where I was going with this. You made me start imagining things. Oh man. Good times. It's good times. I tell people like, oh, blue on green. Yeah, we're talking about blue on green. So that was the biggest thing. We took away all their shit, and I don't know where I was going with that. I know that was the biggest killer. Huh. See, I'm telling you, I that TBI fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie, it fucked me up. Like there's gonna be times that I could have had a conversation with somebody and they'll remind me. I'll be like, yeah, I don't remember. Hey Doc, are you getting your VA? You know what I'm saying? Are you up to date with that? Make sure you're getting compensated. If not, let me know. We talk offline. Because a lot of people are getting fucking hosed. You know what I mean? They're getting fucked over bad. So fucking Middle Easterns. Oh shit. I was gonna say about how smart these motherfuckers were. Um, so they had these things called EFPs in '06, explosively formed projectiles or penetrators. These motherfuckers, dude, because everybody thought they were dumb, you know what I mean? But these motherfuckers would, I'll tell you what they did. When we got hit on one of our missions, it was because these assholes took a chunk of curb off of the road, right? And then what they ended up doing was they sprayed like foam on it to create the outline of it, right? Then what they would do is they would dig out all that stuff from the inside, the interior of the foam, and they would pack it in there with explosives. And on this, it's like they called it an array of explosives. It was an array of 6, so 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. All right. So what happens is they have a copper plate on it. When the explosive goes off, the copper plate turns into a fucking fist. And basically, it's a slug that goes so fast and it's so hot, it cuts right through our fucking up armored Humvees like a hot knife through butter. And the worst part is it has enough fucking pressure to go through the side of the Humvee, but not come out the other side. So it starts ping ponging inside the fucking the Humvee. Those motherfuckers were meat grinders, yo. And the way they were triggered, so the way they were triggered was by passive infrared, which is kind of like how your what's that shit called, dude? Your garage sensors work. You know how when it picks up a heat signature, it turns on the light in the garage, like your those floodlights and shit. That's what they would be using. So what would end up happening was like they would shut down. They would make this beam so small that it basically shoots across the road. Okay, and so while our Humvee was coming through, as soon as the passive infrared picks up the heat from the tire, the engine, or the Humvee itself, it would detonate and it would shoot these these 6 slugs into your Humvee. They were meat grinders. They were fucking meat grinders. My first mission I was ever on in Baghdad, the convoy, not the convoy, the Humvee behind mine got hit with it. That happened January 5th. And that was the day that fucked. I say that's the day that Danny Lopez died. Because that's the day that everything I had ever seen in my life did not amount to that. And that's when PFC Lopez came to life, or Soldier Lopez, Veteran Lopez. And we ended up losing 2 soldiers that day. And that was Sergeant Lopez, and that was Specialist Walker. Rest in peace to those 2 guys, 176 Field Artillery. And anyway, so that was an EFP. So what they were doing, the Hajis were doing, again, they were cut out those forms of the curb. They would put in place and pack them with those EFPs, and they would place them back onto the curb, spray paint them gray so they could match the fucking curb. You'd never find them. The only way you could find them is by using fucking your infrared, your PAS 13. Oh, good fucking night. That was a fucked up day. January 5th, 2006. I will never forget it. Specialist Walker. You know what's fucked up about that story? I've told it a couple of times here already on this podcast or on this page. Was those guys, that was their last mission. They were going home in a few days. This was during what we called left seat, right seat rides. And unfortunately, those 2 gentlemen never made it back home. Oh, my bad. Ooh, I went deep on that one. Hey, Gunline, are you using a light diffuser? Your lighting is great. Throw Dubs some tips. Sometimes it looks like he's being interrogated upscale black side. Oh man, dude, I don't know what a light diffuser is. I inside the Discord, I have a picture that I took of what my little area looks like. It's just a ring light, dude, that my sister bought at a secondhand store and gave it to me. So eventually I do want to get a good setup with a good microphone, a better, I want to get one of those little soundboards that they have. I don't have anything like that. You know what I mean? But one day I will. Wow. Never saw that. Scary. It was. It really was. What's your favorite skill you've taken from the military? This is a question for both you and Doc. Doc, what? Go ahead and hit that one, Doc. Let's see. There are always moments that the old you dies and you age like 40 years instantly. How was Iraq different than Afghanistan? Hey, Doc, why don't you go ahead and answer that? That one for him. Gun lies and natural beauty. Shao, of course, man. I thought you knew. Hey, if I was to shave my mustache and this shit on my face right now, I would not look 46. All right. I probably look like 40, but not 46. There's a big difference. Doc K, if you want to answer that, go ahead and type it on up in there. What's your favorite skill you've taken from the military? I think one of my favorite skills that I've taken from the military is being able to be confident. Be confident and take charge when needed. Those are some skills that don't come easy to a lot of people. They tense up in the moment that they need to react, and I think that it was both. You know what? Out of all the skills I think I've taken, I would have to say accountability. Accountability has been the one that has been the best skill, due to the fact that a lot of people nowadays are not accountable for what they do for one reason or another. They're either scared of their repercussions, or they won't take ownership or leader. I don't understand. But that's one thing that I don't think I had when I was young enough, when I was younger before the military. My favorite skill: learning to operate on a crazy high level under intense pressure. Facts. Yeah, I see that. I see that. It becomes second nature, right? Right, Doc? That's the thing. Like, some of these skills that we have that they grow into us, we don't even notice them because they become second nature to us, and they just become part of us. So like, when you learn how to you learn how to deal with organized chaos. All right. Like, to me, I became really, really good at organized chaos. That's how I being in the field artillery. You have to know how to do multiple things at one time. He says, no, no, not at all, not at all. Shout out to them, but no, not at all. A little bit about me. I'll give you a little bit about me. All right. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I was raised in South Central Los Angeles. I was born in '77. I left LA in 2001 because I had one foot in the grave or one foot in the in prison. So I ended up having to dip LA, and I moved to Miami. And that's when the war kicked off, because the towers came down in 2001, remember? And then they invaded Iraq in '03, which had absolutely nothing to do with the terrorists, by the way, from that bomb 9/11. Inside job. But what I'm saying is no, not from up north. I visited, as far north that I visited was Fresno. How would you train that skill into a civilian? Which one exactly? Um, my favorite way of training people, honestly, to build, like, to be confident. I think that the easiest way to build confidence in someone is give them short, attainable goals. You know, especially when it's somebody who's timid, or somebody who doesn't like to come out of their shell. I would give them short, attainable goals, especially because the thing is that you can see the potential in people. And if they have potential, but they don't know that they have it, you have to extract it for them. So what I would like to do, like, I would give them short. That's right, Doc. You tracking. So calm under pressure. The only way to train for that is to be exposed to it. That's the only way you could train for that. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts about that. You have to train to be able to be calm under pressure. There's a lot of people that they'll talk a big game. And they're usually the biggest fucking pussies. Doc, you can confirm this. 9 times out of 10, the motherfucker that's out there that's talking all this shit, like I can't wait to go do this and I can't wait to go do that. They'll be the first ones to tense up in a firefight. They'll be the first ones to, to nut up, and they'll be like Heffram. Was it Heffram in fucking in Saving Private Ryan? That's who they'll be, and the only way that happens is by repeatedly being put through it. So, for example, basic training, you're put in stressful situations all the time, and so it becomes like second nature to you to react. Hey, Gunline, in terms of outdoor survival skills, did the military prepare you for multiple terrains, or was it specific to where you would deploy? Specific to where we would deploy. So, during boot camp in Fort Sill, we did there isn't desert in Fort Sill for those that know. So we just trained our basic initial entry, initial training. However, as far as when we were going to go to Iraq, we went to this place called NTC. That's Fort Irwin, California. It's outside of Barstow, going towards Vegas. That place fucking sucks balls. It fucking sucks. We go there for 1 month, and it's supposed to train you up to live out there. So they build like these fake little bomb fobs, these fake little bases that you stay in there, and you react to contact and shit like that. But and then you go to the other one, like for Afghanistan, the best place to go train, I think personally would have been in Fort Carson, Colorado. That would have been a perfect training area because of the elevation and because of the mountains. But instead, and the Army in its wisdom would send us to Fort Polk, Louisiana. Fort Polk, Louisiana, the ass crack of the Army. There is nothing, absolutely nothing in Leesville, Louisiana. Fort Polk blows balls. Oh, man. So let's see. All right. Yeah. Must have missed something somewhere. Did I miss that somewhere? Did I miss a question? Oh, okay. That's the skill I can't train myself into, something that comes from being in the shit and learning how to adapt. Wait, was that near Creech Air Force Base? Past a prison in the middle of the desert in Nevada? No. This one, NTC is it's Fort Irwin. It's near Barstow. I think it's near Barstow. I want to say near Barstow. Yeah, right? You got me tripping over here now, Doc. No, it's still in Cali. It's still in Cali. So let's see. Are you guys offered the option to get survival certification when you settle into your MOS, or are your extracurriculars limited to what you fall in with your MOS? Okay. So for extracurriculars, okay. So I'll speak for myself on this. In field artillery, we don't really go to any kind of survival schools per se. I mean, usually the infantry cats will be the ones that get all that high speed shit. Us, we train we'll get you could get slots to go to like airborne school, air assault school, but it all has to do with your MOS. You know what I mean? With your job. So, for example, like if you're an artilleryman, you go to air assault school, that's going to be also usable for your MOS because we air assault howitzers. We could take howitzers by and air assault them from location to location. But as far as like jungle training or anything like that, that's going to be there's probably, I'm going to say that there might be openings for soldiers to go to that, but they're going to be very limited because most of those are going to go to your infantrymen or your Cav Scouts, mostly your infantrymen, because Cav Scouts are just fake infantry, or anybody that has to be attached to the infantry. So, for example, like fire support, your fisters, as we call them. So, yeah, I didn't get no high-speed schools. The only schools I got sent to were equal opportunity, so which is your HR out here in civilian sector. They sent the wrong motherfucker to that class. I'll tell you what. I was a very inappropriate motherfucker. All right, let's see. Okay, another question. If you could change the branch you were in, would you go back and do anything different? You know what? Mainly because I wanted to be a Marine. I would have loved to have been a Marine. Yeah, I would have been a Marine. But I'm not going to take anything away from the Army. I love the Army. I will always love the Army. I'm a soldier for life. You know, one of the biggest things that I dislike about the Army culture, I'll say, there's a lot of fools that when they get out, they don't they don't keep the same pride that they did like the jarheads do. You know what I mean? How the jarheads say once a Marine, always a Marine. However, um, the fucking I'm one of those that take it to heart. Like I love being in the military. I love being in the army. I love being in the field artillery. The field artillery to me, there's no greater soldier than someone in the field artillery. A field artilleryman could do any other job in the military from day one. You could jump on it and do it. However, no other job can do ours. Let's see. Doc says I had a guy run into a bee hut knocking when we were getting attacked. Funniest thing I've ever seen. Sounds bad, but you had to be there, man. Damn. No, dude, Doc. We had this one time. Okay, so you remember Bath? Over in Bath. For those that don't know, Bath is Bagram Airfield. Over in Bath, when you're transitioning in, they put you in those clamshells, right? So we were there in the clamshells, and this happened right after that idiot went out and murked everybody out in that one small village in Afghanistan. So fucking they were hitting hard on the at Bath. Anyways, they had just cut off the lights. Everybody's going to bed. We're going to sleep. It's probably like fucking midnight and then some. We're all asleep. And for those that don't know, when airplanes take off and make like sharp turns, it makes like a whistle. Okay, I can't really explain, but it makes like a whistle, like shh. Anywho, so we're all asleep, and you can hear the firefights going off, like at the gate or just outside. You can hear the bombs going off, the mortars and all that shit. We're still trying to get sleep. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. If it is what it is, if it's my day to die, it's my day to die. But fucking all of a sudden we heard this fucking whistle, like, and you hear the whistle, and some asshole decides to yell, incoming. So as he yells incoming, you just automatically react. My ass dropped from the top bunk to the fucking floor and just fucking, if I'm dead, I'm dead. It is what it fucking is, right? It was a plane because you heard it take off. Dude, motherfuckers were, some were shitting their pants. I know one of them grabbed his weapon, was fucking running in boxers, trying to find a duck and cover bunker, talking about follow me. Bitch, it was an airplane. Get the fuck to bed. Oh, man. I wish I was a better storyteller. They make the Calf Scouts look like a spec ops. It's more like special ed, my guy says. Like the Calf Scouts get a lot of shit on them. Here's the thing about Calf Scouts. Calf Scouts may have been important when there was a cavalry. When there was a need for cavalry to go and recon shit and bring back information. But we don't need those anymore, so that's why they're getting rid of them. Doc says, me too. We would have rocked those, fuck yeah. Look, I'm already a natural beauty under this light. Can you imagine me in those fucking blues? Dog. You guys want to see a picture of me when I was in my uniform back in my day? I'll show y'all a picture, all right? Let me see if I can find this shit. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm gonna show y'all what I look like, in my class A's. I used to be a sexy motherfucker, believe it or not. No lie. Or as the kids say, no cap. No cap. You got me over here, feeling all about myself and shit. Let's see. And I guarantee you, I know that Doc would have looked fucking fine as fuck. I'll tell you, here's one thing that y'all don't know about the Air Force, gentlemen. The Air Force has all the sexy broads in the branches. They got all of them, every single one. We used to go, when I was in Korea, we would specifically go down to Osan because that's where the Air Force base was. And the Air Force chicks would cream their fucking uniforms every time they saw real soldiers come through because they got tired of seeing those fucking fake ass goddamn airmen. They wanted a real man. You know what I'm saying? So they came to the soldiers. You know, I'm right on that, girl. Let's see. Where are my photos? Here, I'll rock some pictures from back in the day, man. Ah, man, oh man. Where are my photos? Ah, dude, it's gonna be hard finding these pictures just to let you know, because it's been a hot minute. I'm not one of those that puts up a picture of me in uniform all the time, just to get that clout. There's a lot of motherfuckers that do that shit. It's embarrassing, yo. Like they're the ones that go out there to get that clout. Like, oh, I was a veteran. Bitch, you were a shitbag. You know what? I might not be able to find it, dude. I know where my deployment pictures are. I wish I would have had a lot of my deployment pictures, yo. I ended up losing a lot of those with my first wife. The fucking cunt. Shit, I gotta watch what I say because my kids don't know I had a first wife. Ruh-roh. Oh, here's one. All right. So, all right. Here we go. Don't yeah, seriously, real man. I grew up with a rifle in my hand. I just wanted to put my skills to. I feel you, dog. A lot of us say that though, up until we get there. And I'll be honest, man. It's a fucking different world sometimes. All right, you guys ready to see the sexiness? I'll show y'all some sexiness right now. All right. Where's my invite? Present. Share screen. All right. This was taken November 15th, 2013. All right. Don't judge. That's your boy. That's your boy right there. So, I mean, I had a little something. I looked a little something good back then. You know what I'm saying? Bald headed and everything. Soldiers shoot. Too, big dog. So yeah, that's your boy right there, man. That was just before I got out. That was my DA photo before I got out. Man, oh man. Trim and slim, man. 200 pounds of sexiness right there. Shy. Ooh. Oh, stop it. Y'all making me blush up in here. Yep, that was your boy. Long time ago. In a place far, far away. I was 30. Shit. How old was I? I was damn near 40. I appreciate that, Doc. Thank you. Let's see if I got any deployment pictures. Oh, you want to see something really funny? All right. Here, enjoy that picture right there. All right. Shit. I don't know if y'all got to see that. I must have closed it. But anyways, here. I don't know if you can see that. Can y'all see that picture well? That's your boy right here, okay? That's me on the right in 1998. So, like I said, I may have a bit of a background in my past. And then that's me in 2013. Fucking golfer. Go figure, right? Not for real. Those ribbons are. I look like a wood. What? I do not look like a wood, brother. Oh, man. Grew up calling Army bullet sponges. Yep. Sorry, couldn't be Army. Was beaten to me. First of all, you know what Marine stands for? Muscles are required, intelligence not essential, or mostly Army rejects in Navy equipment. I'll let you deduce from that picture, and that I was 21 years old in that picture. My life was in that. That's why I say when I have a past, I have a past. And yeah, if I wouldn't have left when I left LA, I pretty much would have been in prison or dead. So luckily I was able to get myself away from that It's crazy, right? It doesn't even look like me. It's like two different people, right? It's cool, big dog. Still patriotic. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that was your boy back in the day. Oh man. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have anything else. This is when I left to when I went to Afghanistan. Oh no, this is when I came back from Afghanistan. That's my oldest daughter right there. She was, I think, 2 at the time. Yeah, because she's 14 now. So yep. Hey Holmes, let me get at you. Trust me, dog. I know a lot of people like the ones that they talk about. A lot. There's a reason that I enjoy that. It changed you, huh? Yeah, it did. It really did. I tell you, if it wasn't for the military, because even when I moved out of LA in 2001. I left in February 2001. I went to live in Miami, Florida, and birds of a feather flock together. So even though I had moved myself away from that element, I was still able to find something similar to it. Not exactly the same, but still similar. And luckily, I ended up having to dip out, you know? Hey, I'm all yours. That's what I am. I am all yours. Damn, you went from wood to Pepe. Orale, what the fuck? Nah, dog, no, not even. You know what's funny is I had to learn how to speak differently as well. Like the way I'm speaking now is not how I used to speak when I was younger. When I was younger, I had more of a different dialect from LA. Like people knew I was from LA. You know what I mean? So uh, uh, I was told by some of my NCOs that I had to. Okay, confession. My choices: strip or join the military. It's a bit the same, isn't it? I mean, you're giving up your body for money. I mean, at least the military came with benefits. Shit. I mean, and it be like that sometimes, you know. Those are decisions that we make, and I guarantee you, you're happy with the decision you made. And hey, I'm not a hater. Hey, if you have to do what you have to do it. I'm a supporter. You know what I'm saying? I am a supporter. What the Sophia? Get your ass off of my live. In his dress, he could have passed for a chunk of wood in the wood pile, but them old photos as a cholo would have been a dead giveaway. I don't know if it's just the lighting on that. I don't look anything. I mean, I guess I don't know if y'all say so. I know. Get off. Okay, she's already off now. She's good. She's off. We're good. Spencer Pepper to Wood. Nah, homie. There's no. Look, woods, female woods are definitely my fucking Achilles heel. They're my they're definitely my kryptonite. I've always said that. They've always been my kryptonite, my downfall. Like I love me some white girls. And it's because where I grew up at. Where I grew up at, it was all Mexican or it was all black. There was no in between. The only white people I ever engaged were teachers and police. Oh, she's already gone. Don't even trip, Doc. She's already gone. Actually, let me go ahead and delete that. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I don't know how the hell she got on here, but I appreciate the view, babe. Oh man. Uh Male men, I mean. Man. Oh man. See, and Lat women are mine. My woman is 5 foot nothing, full of fire, and the most feminine gangster I've ever met. And look, man, I'll say this. I got the best of both worlds, I guess you could say, because my wife, she is 3/4. Well, her dad's full Mexican, and her mom is half white and half Mexican. So whatever that turns into, I think she's a quarter white, 3/4 Mexican. And then my poor kids are just mutts. They're just freaking mutts. So I'm trying to see if I can find any more pictures to share with y'all to make this life a little more interesting. You know what I mean? Let's see. In the meantime, y'all keep asking away those questions, man, because I honestly, I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide and everything to share. Yo, y'all remember that first picture I saw? That picture I showed y'all with me and my daughter with the American flag. When I have come back, this is the before. So that was her when I had left to Afghanistan, and then that other one where she's holding a little flag, that was me when I got back from Afghanistan. See, I cheated then. My wife is from Spain and the Netherlands, so it's the best of both worlds. See, yeah, you got yourself a European per se. See, these Latinas, these broads are fucking crazy, dog. They're fucking nuts. I'll say that. They're fucking psycho, psycho, psycho. They'll fucking throw an iron at your ass and then, tell you they love you. Oh, yo, y'all remember Abu Ghraib? Did y'all ever hear about that? Oh, God, here's this picture. There's me and my homie back in the day. So, I don't know if y'all can see that picture. That was me back in like 1996 ish, maybe. Oh, all right, enough of that. I don't got no cool guy photos. So, hey, do you have a primo like super norteño? I got a nephew who is gangster as fuck. Me and him grew up together. Latin women are super pretty, and the men. There was a Latin Marine on my task force. I would have married his ass to have his babies. All right, let me see if I can find more pictures. I got a nephew, the one that was in here earlier, Dago. That fool, me and him, he's my nephew, but in true Hispanic fashion, I'm only 8 days older than him. I was born November 24, 1977. He was born December 2nd, 1977. And yeah, so we grew up like brothers. He got into a neighborhood, I got into a neighborhood, but we were both from different. They were from rival neighborhoods, and people tripped out on that, like how we still hung out together even though we're from different neighborhoods, like because we're family, dog. Um, like uh, I can't tell a lot of stories out like that because a lot of them can be. Let's just you if you know, you know. So, but me and him, we did a lot of knuckleheaded shit together. We started off as taggers, as kids in the early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. We started off as taggers, and then he ended up moving to the west side of LA, and he got into his neighborhood later on, and I got into my neighborhood later on in South Central, and but we used to ditch school together, you get into some shenanigans together, do a bunch of dumb shit together. So let's see. You guys ever seen what a dust storm looks like? Yeah, oh, trust me, I'm not saying shit to incriminate myself. So here's another picture. This is from Baghdad, from back in the day. This was out in Baghdad, and that's during a sandstorm. The sandstorm had just passed, and that picture has not been altered at all. Like, they have not been altered at all. No Photoshop, nothing. That's exactly what it looks like. It turns orange out there after the sandstorm. So, but that's me on the right. And then that's my homeboy Sanchez, who was in here earlier. That's him right there. That's back in 2006, out in Baghdad. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. You know, if you guys are ever, what was your biggest bomb? You mean like tagging? Or, see, I mean, we got to clarify. Like bombing on, like when we're tagging, or bombing like when we used to shoot motherfuckers out there. Let's see. To all tall all you want, you can't say shit if you know you know. Okay. Let's see. So I'm trying to pull up pictures, but I really don't have it. Like I said, oh, you know, hey, we can share pics another way over here, Doc. You know what I'm saying? I'll shoot you my number later on email. I kid. Hey, what's up? I know you guys at least have had to have heard the fucking Eminem album, right? Have any of you guys heard the new album? Or am I the only one? Tagging wise, like, okay, so I wasn't into graffiti artists. You know, we were just taggers. So like we used to bomb on fucking the RTD, which is okay, so for bombing for us, like when we used to hit up and tag all over the motherfucker, we used to bomb the RTD, the fucking the you know, the fucking the RTD, which is the bus, the MTA, I think it is now. So we used to go on there either with mean streaks, or we had motherfucking Krylons or whatever, just and hit up all over the fucking place, you know. But I wasn't one of those big ass taggers. I wasn't Chaka. I wasn't fucking you know, Tumor. Tumor was big out there in LA. Chaka was big out in LA. Again, this is like in the 90s. And tagging started turning into tag banging. So at that point was when I started making my separation, because if I was gonna die for something, it wasn't gonna be over a motherfucking tagging name. So I started kicking it with my neighborhood, and well, there it is. Oh shit. Okay, so on the gunline at gmail.com, Doc K. Hit me up on the gunline at gmail.com. I got you. I got you, boo. Oh man. Dispensa is a phrase that it means like excuse me, or forgive me. It depends on how you use, like, oh, dispensa. You know, a lot of people will shorten it up and say spensa. It's actually dispensa. The way he just the way you wrote it. It means like, oh, like my bad, like depending on how you use it in the context, but it's mostly like a way to say excuse me, or I don't want to say forgive me, but like forget about it. Kind of think about it, kind of like how the Italians say forget about it. Uh, did anyone from my crew get big, like the tagging crew? Nah, bro, not at all. It was a small crew. The fuck was it called? I can't even remember what it was called, dog. Sumimasen. I don't know what sumimasen means, brother. Um, but nah, like I said, like uh tagging crews were deep back in the day. Like you had the KMTs, which turned into a gang. They turned into a KMT Watts. Then you had OFA, that was another big one. NFL was another big one. NR was another big one. So no, no, no. He's not your sin. I'll be your sin. I'm the sinner. Mm, 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 mm. Suma Nisa. Oh, gotcha. 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 See, Goat, again, I have to explain to you, bro. I am a 13 Bravo. You are getting too educated on me with all this shit. Ah. Here, you want to see another picture of your boy? Let's see. I'm looking for the one where I tried dip for the first time and it didn't work out well for me. Hmm. It wasn't like that, dog. We didn't have it like that. We are the fallen angels, huh? Always. Always. Tagging. Yeah, again, like we didn't do it like that, dog. Like, I mean, we're just tagging all over the place. We didn't have like any big ass bombs, like big ass murals and shit like that. Didn't do anything like that. It was just a small tagging crew, dog. Again, and I was not in a big one, like the big ones like NR, D&D, or any of those. I was just in a small little one. And again, I was not gonna fall into that trap. So let's see. Trying to figure one out. Oh shit, who's calling me? Oh Jesus. You tried what? What do you mean I tried what? I didn't say anything about trying anything. Did I say I was gonna try something? Oh, my bad. If I said something, sometimes I get confused. Hold on a second. Just to give you a heads up. Just to give you a heads up. Tomorrow about 11:30, I'll be getting my hair cut by Pete. Damn. I I don't know. Did I say something I was trying? If I did, let me know, bro, because now I'm getting confused over here. So I'm gonna show y'all a picture. This is my platoon that I was in back in 06. So this right here is in, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Abu Ghraib prison out there, where that whole scandal happened with the soldiers mistreating the Hajis. Well, that was there, and we decided to go ahead and emulate it by making our own pyramid of. So what they ended up doing was they made a pyramid of all these Hajis' bodies after they tortured them and shit like that. So we thought it'd be funny if we went ahead and made our own human pyramid. I have a friend who was a tattoo artist in my little town. He's from SAC and said he was in a tagging crew called Bombs on Society and tag BOS and these stuff like that in Cali. All right, so there were tagging crews that were fucking deep out there. Like, I never heard of them, BOS, but the biggest ones in LA that I remember in my time was NFL, which was No Fucking Limits. You had KOA, no, what was it? Yeah, KMT, STK, KMT and STK ended up clicking up together. And that was Shoot to Kill and Kings Making Trouble. Then you had there was just a bunch of them, dude. NR was No Respect. D&D was Down and Dirty. It's just a bunch of them, dude. I mean, I don't know. It was just trippy shit. You said you were looking for a picture where you first. Oh, where I first tried dipping, dog. I tried to dip and it didn't work out well for me. Doc, that's my favorite phrase I've learned from the military was tracking. See, a lot of people don't understand that phrase. You tracking? I'm tracking. Tracking? Yeah, I was looking for the one where I was dipping, but I can't find it for some reason. So it's probably going to be in STK is an esports team. STK was Shoot to Kill, man. Oh, look, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of me that always shows I wanted to be a soldier. All right, that's your boy right there, like around 19, maybe 1980. That's me right there. And this is my nephew here, the one that I told you I grew up with. That's him to my left, and then that's his little sister Joanna right there. So even as a little kid, I told you I wanted to be a soldier. You see me right there saluting. So it's something that I always wanted to do. STK is a esports. Now that's funny. Oh man. Let's see. I'm trying to find the ones where I've been tagged on photos, but I can't seem to find them. I'm stupid when it comes to technology stuff like this, y'all, so bear with me. Yo, weren't we supposed to be talking about that dumb crazy bitch that was a dude that beat up a guy or beat up a girl? Y'all got me over here opening myself up and shit. Let's see. Videos, photos. Oh, this is my actual Facebook. Goddamn. Where are albums. I'm trying to find them here, y'all. Give me a second. All right, this is the one from when I was in, I think, in Iraq last. So we'll go through this one. Segue, he said. Anyways, back to training. This is over in Mosul. We were out at a train station looking for, I don't know what. This was in Mosul. As you can see, little kids were all over the place out there, and they had to maintain their distance. That's me. I don't know who took these pictures, but yeah, they got these pictures and they sent them to me. This was a mission that was honestly one of the fucking dumbest missions of all time that we ever went on. But again, I don't know who took these pictures. They just sent them to me afterwards. This was at a palace. This palace was actually destroyed by ISIS. After we left, you know how ISIS went back into Mosul? So Gun just dropped a new one. A new episode? Oh shit. Now we gotta go over there and go check out Gun's episode, y'all. Y'all know how we do it. So with that being said, I'll close it out with this last picture right here. This is me out there looking all sexy and fine as fuck. And that's me chewing ass out and taking names later. Hey, let's go check out Gun's new fucking episode or whatever he's dropped. I appreciate y'all being here with me, man. You guys are the real ones. Let's go ahead and try to keep this bad boy growing. And Doc K, Zane, Goat, thank y'all for being here with me, man. Let's keep on growing this content. Tell your friends about it. Tell your sisters about it. Tell your grandmas, sisters, everybody. All right. With that being said, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with me during this live stream, y'all. Al rato. Hey, let's not go telling everybody about that picture of me from back in my days.